Hello traders! In this video, we'll walk you through our new AI analysis tools, show you how to access these powerful features, and demonstrate real-time
See this property on Craigslist for $4,300 a month? Well, it's been sitting empty for the last 28 days, and there's
So, you think you know what pressure is? When 1 millimeter is the difference between life or not life,
or responsibility,
we call that a Tuesday.
and we created a suite of Black history products and services designed to rewrite the narrative about Black and African people in the world.
Obviously very important. How'd you come up with the idea for Urban Intellectuals?
Oh, I love to say that it started almost 100 years ago, because my father's 95 years old, and he's still alive, born in 1929, but he instilled in me the importance of understanding our history and our culture, and the pride and respect that it instills inside of us. And while my children were matriculating through the school district, I couldn't believe that the limited discussion about the contributions to humanity that Black people have made were minuscule at best. And I kept thinking somebody should do something, somebody should do something. In 2016, I became somebody.
You were the somebody that did something, right? And typically, probably the conversations were in February.
Yes, typically centered around February, centered around the same 8 to 12 people every single year, which no disrespect to them and their contributions, which is amazing, but there's so much more glorious.
A lot more. Okay, so you've got a very cool product that kind of makes it fun, right? Makes it fun. Tell me about your flashcards.
Our Black History flashcards feature 52 cards in each deck. There's actually 6 in the series, so we have
6 volumes.
6 volumes in the series.
Cards,
so we're really expanding the conversation centered around Black and African contributions to humanity. I like to have that conversation because this is really the story of the world, right? Black history is world history, and too often it's the missing pages of world history. So
and I see on here 1968 Olympics.
Yes.
Bessie Coleman, Black Wall Street. So just all different things to kind of bring it to light.
Bring it to light, and expand the conversation in a easy to understand format. Because on the back of the cards are just simple bullet pointed information about the people. And the first time that you're exposed to it, it just opens your mind and makes you more curious and thirsty.
Right. Who are these for?
These are for just about everyone. We have people who are using them with their young children, as young as 18 months, all the way to 95. I'll cap it there with my father's age, because most of us aren't exposed to this information, so it's new to all of us.
And you also have playing cards. That's fun.
Yes, so we infuse Black history and culture into everything that we do. So instead of playing with a regular deck of playing cards, we have powerful Black imagery weaved into the playing card deck.
Exposure. What is this? This looks like fun.
Yes.
I don't know how you do a mystery puzzle, though.
You don't know what the finished product looks like, so that's the challenge, but I can tell you there's Black history wrapped up inside.
Sure, okay. Is it all the same, or is every box different?
The future editions will be different. This particular is the same right now, but as we expand the line, we're definitely going to do more.
Right. And what else? You guys aren't just in the playing card and flashcard business.
Oh, no. We actually have 19 physical products centered around Black history and culture, but we take it a step further, and we have classes that we teach live Black history to children inside of the Sankofa Club. You can see that at sankofaclub.com, and to adults as well inside of our Sankofa Circle. But we don't stop there. We actually take people on Black history travel experiences to Africa and beyond.
That's so great. What do people, how do people, when they come back from something like that, how do they?
Oh, you're
speechless,
totally, speechless, totally transformed. Because it's one thing to learn about the history and the culture. It's another thing to go see it and experience it for yourself. Be exposed to the food, the culture, the people. It's just a beautiful conversation. You come back changed.
Yeah, I bet. And you've been on several of these, I presume.
I have. I really enjoy it. I love watching the people have these experiences and go through these breakthroughs and breaking down the misconceptions about the contributions of Black and African people to the world.
Where can we go for more information about Urban Intellectuals?
You can go to urbanintellectuals.com, and on all platforms we are Urban Intellectuals.
Okay, perfect. And you got...
All right. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate y'all joining us for another edition of Sunday Dinner. All right, I want to welcome everybody here. Hey, Jean, I see you there. Appreciate you being here as usual, sister. And Carla and Gwen and Scott. I see the Pharaohs are here. The Queen is here. All right, Karen. All right, Ronald, everyone is filing into the room. So you're not tardy, so Grandma's not going to get you, but I want to welcome everybody to Sunday Dinner. If this is your first time, whether you're watching on YouTube or on our Zoom, please drop that in the comments. I hear some crackling. What is that from? Do y'all hear? Oh, okay. All right, that was my countdown. There we go. All right. Well, yeah, whether you're watching on Zoom or if you're watching live in our YouTube audience, appreciate you being here Drop a 1 down in the comments. If this is your first time being here, drop a 2 or more down in the comments if you've been here before, but we appreciate you coming to Sunday dinner, right? I know a lot of the questions is always, well, what is this Sunday dinner thing that we're coming to? We like to say that it's not just your average Zoom call. This is a family reunion for our culture every single week that we have at our table, at our fictional grandma's table that stretches across the diaspora. But you know that feeling when you walk into grandma's house, instantly feel the love in the air, right? That warm, soulful energy that wraps around you even before your dinner plate hits the table. That's the vibe here at Sunday Dinner with your host, Freddie Taylor, CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals. We do this every Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, typically to 5 p.m. or a little bit extended if grandma's feeling good. But we log on like we're knocking at the screen door, ready to gather to speak our truth and feed our souls. This isn't a lecture. It's not a panel. It's a cultural family meeting, right? Hosted by the folks that care about where we have been and where we are going. Expect laughter, expect bold conversation, and yes, some real talk conversation that can actually shake the table, as they say, in the best way possible. But we hold space for one another. We lift each other up, and we always leave fuller than we came. So I want to encourage you to pull up a chair, send out an invite the cousins that haven't been here before. So we make sure that you want to share that. But that is the feeling and the vibe that's behind this. From the front porch to the living room, from Big Mama's kitchen to the backyard cookout. We've always known that real conversations don't happen in the boardroom, don't happen in the classrooms, and rarely are happening in our homes. But this is where we are gathering, where we're creating safe spaces to have these conversations, where we feel loved and honored and respected, and have an opportunity to engage one another. This Sunday Dinner is our digital revival, right? This is our sacred space. We talk Black wealth, we talk mental wellness, culture, politics, parenting, travel, business, and legacy, with the kind of honesty and joy that you only get around your people, right? This is where our stories get passed down, ideas turn into actions, and the community turns into family. And I'll do my best to host with some laughter, with some warm spirit, and with some courageousness to have some of the discussions that we often avoid. Second time, hey Rosemary, appreciate you joining us. 3+, all right, appreciate you being here. Loving advancements in our people. Yeah, congrats on all the hard work. Thank you, I appreciate that. Reaching out to more people. I love that. All right, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all watching on YouTube and showing up in our Zoom audience. Today's a very special show, right? For new people in the audience. Every second Sunday, we have our Sankofa Club Kings and Queens come and do a presentation to the elders, right? So we're trying to foster cross-generational conversations with our families, right? With our communities. So this isn't just about talking to one another, and this isn't about lecturing the young people, right? This is giving the young people an opportunity to display their talents and educate us at the same time, right? So they're gaining leadership skills, they're gaining public speaking opportunities, but this is all happening inside of the Sankofa Club. I'll turn that over in just a moment. I got a couple of highlights from my weekend, right? I came home to Michigan for our family reunion, right? So it's first family reunion I've attended in at least 40 years, y'all. Like this was like a long time coming. I'm gonna see if I can bring up some of these pictures. It was great. I even got the picture from 40 years ago, the family reunion that I remember being at. So let's see, without embarrassing myself too much, let me share a little bit from the family reunion. I want to encourage y'all, right? If you got your families out there, I want to encourage you to rekindle this tradition that we've had in our communities forever. This is the matriarch and the patriarch of our family, the Taylor family. This is my dad. He's 95 years young. This is cousin Brenda, right? Which is, it's wild because I'm the super baby in the family, right? My parents had me really, really late. So I actually grew up with the children of my siblings, and the children of my first cousins, right? So I was hanging out with all of them, but this is cousin Brenda here as well. So again, they are the matriarch and the patriarch of our family, and they honored both of them with awards, right? During the family reunion. So this was pretty cool. This was Dad getting his plaque and enjoying that moment. Of course, we had to go out to the park, had some fun. This is a flashback moment from way back in the day, right? This is my Uncle Harvey. That's not my father, right? They were like twins and inseparable. Uncle Harvey lived, I'm at my childhood home right now. Uncle Harvey lived right across the park, the field back here, right? So any given weekend, you would see either Uncle Harvey come into the house or Dad walking to Uncle Harvey's, and like, great conversation is, I know if y'all been around, you know I can be kind of loud, right? Like loud and boisterous, right? This is, my whole family's like this, right? So they were just telling stories of Uncle Harvey and Dad debating and talking so loudly, right? That they think that every time the children would think that they're arguing and fighting with one another, but actually they're just enjoying their company. So I love that this is both of them there together at Uncle Harvey's vow renewal service. But he passed a long time ago, man. And it's just, it's just really sad. It was really exciting to see Dad see the pictures again and see his man. So that was cool. This is that family reunion that I was talking about. We're in St. Petersburg, Florida. Yeah, that's long. That's like 40 years ago. I think I'm 8 or 9 years old in this picture. Yes, I'm the one without the family shirt on, right? Don't ask me why. I have no idea what happened there. I thought this was really, really cool, right? This is my father's grandmother. So this is my great grandmother right here. And this is my father's uncle. This is his mother's youngest brother. He was getting married. And I've never seen a picture of grandma, right? Grandma was born in 1881. And I just started, I was able to start piece together some of the family history, right? I just thought that was really cool. So I was just sharing that with y'all. This is the children of the young man that got married here, right? They got families got separated, but like recently they come back together. This is the Blackman side of the family. So that was really cool to see these brothers come and show up and take some pictures, eat with the family. This is the baby I was stalking all family reunion long. I was intent on getting her to play with me, and I got some time with the young lady, with the young superstar of the family. So that was pretty cool. This is all of us out enjoying the meal. Cousin threw down on the grill. I should have gave y'all pictures of all of that. I had some yellow watermelon for the first time. That was like fantastic. I never had that before. Yeah, just a couple of more of the pictures, but had a really good time. Should have took some more pictures while I was there. You always regret it afterwards. Like, man, I should have took more pictures, but that was really, really cool. So we are working as a family to reignite that movement inside of our family. So I just wanted to share some of that and encourage y'all, right, to do the same, working within your families to continue to make these bonds that are really, really important, right? So hopefully y'all enjoyed some of that. And I didn't get in our ways too much, but it was a really good time reconnecting with the family, hearing some of the stories that, I was too young to really understand what was happening. So just reconnecting and getting to know your cousins and their children and their grandchildren. It was just really, really great. We have a harpist. Is that what you call it? She plays the harp. International harpist in the family. Young lady, she's like 15. I just thought that was fantastic. It was so many wonderful stories. I could bore y'all for hours with this conversation, but I definitely want to get out of the way, right? So that we can have our young superstars come to the table. But before I do that, I do want to invite you to a couple of things. I want to invite everyone to join us on our social networks. Universe, I should have had that. So if you haven't joined us yet, Urban Intellectuals has its own social network that we call the Sankofa Universe. So I just dropped that link down there in the comments. Please click on that and join us. It's absolutely free. There's an app that's being renovated, right? So we're getting that back together. So please come on over and support us there on that platform. I want to invite you to, I'm going to talk a little bit about what we've had going on inside of our Sankofa Legacy program. We had our stock educational specialist come in and do a training this week. Last week, right? On stock market investing for the long term and options. This was part 2 of the thing that we did, but this is inside of our legacy program, but we're going to talk about that this Tuesday. So I want to invite you out this Tuesday to come to the Ultimate Legacy Building Formula. That is the discussion that we're going to have, and that's going to be August the 12th. I just dropped that link down in the comments, and I had one more. I thought I did. Yes. All right. And all right, we're going to pass the plate, as they say. If you enjoy Sunday dinner, and we want to make sure that we're able to keep it free, I want to invite you to donate to Sunday dinner, right? So we don't have an empty table, right? Don't let the table go empty, as they say. We got a lot going on, and there's a lot more that I want to bring to you inside of this platform, but we want to make sure that we are keeping it free and accessible. So we are offering an opportunity to donate to Sunday dinner, right? So we got the theme going on, right? Don't let the table go empty. Your contributions keep Sunday dinner alive, whether you bring the mac and cheese, collard greens, or just plastic cups, it all matters. So you're able to support at the rate that you're comfortable with, and bring the deal and really bring some of the meals to the table that we're going to eat. I'll say at the family reunion, the candy yams were fire, and somebody just absolutely did magic on them baked beans. We didn't have no sweet potato pie, y'all. I'm a little disappointed. And now that I think about it, when they asked, what do you want to see for the next family reunion? We gotta have sweet potato pie, or else I'm gonna cry, right? So maybe I might have to get grandma's recipe or something and figure out how to make the sweet potato pie myself. Maybe, but I don't know if we want my sweet potato pie, but definitely, it was definitely missing in my mind, right? So I would love to see that. So family, if y'all listening, sweet potato pie would be excellent to have at the next family reunion. But everything was great, and I want to encourage y'all to do the same within your families. All right. So with that, allow me to bring up to the stage. I want to bring up Sister Gwen Ebron, who is one of our chief world changers inside of the Sankofa Club, and turn over our day to our children, our future leaders, right? Our future leaders in the organization. So, hey, Sister Gwen, how you doing?
Okay, how are you? And so glad to hear about you having so much fun at the family reunion. It's always a blessing to have that kind of event. So glad that you and your family had a great time. So yes. So hi everyone. It's good to see you this afternoon. And so I'm just going to make a slight correction. Instead of saying future leaders, our present leaders right now. Yes. Our present leaders right now of the Sankofa Nation. I know we use, and you might get a little confused, but hopefully not. Hopefully it'll be clear. The Sankofa Club /Nation. The Sankofa Club was the beginning, which Freddie Taylor envisioned, and with Tamiko Cohen got teachers and started teaching. So it started out as the Sankofa Club, but within the club we had, and it started in 2020. that year. So while we were at that time we were doing videos, and students had 5 days of learning about a person, and then we had another teacher 4 days of learning about the person. Then we had a teacher we called Aunt Dee Dee, and we want to send up prayers for her because she's going through some health challenges, but thank God she's still with us. So she would do the wrap up for the week. And during that time, I have been a counselor going on almost 40 years now. And during that time, we thought there were already Saturday events, but I thought it would be important to have a town hall so that it would be a safe space and place for children to come and talk about any issues they had. Because during 2020, everybody knows that was a very rough time. People were losing family members or what have you. So we started the Sankofa town hall. And on Saturdays, we would come together and talk. And during the talk, we were talking one town hall about Marcus Garvey, and we found that Marcus Garvey, I had just done a whole series, a 3-day series on him, and found that he wanted to start his own nation. And it came about that everybody there said, well, why don't we start our own nation? And so from there evolved the Sankofa Nation. And since 2020, the Sankofa Nation, and just looking at it, it's been 5 years, has we have our own flag, which is the symbol. That's our flag. The Sankofa bird, and the Sankofa symbol. We have our own laws, which we use the Maya laws of the Maya. We have our anthem, which is "We Will Go" by which is sung by African youth choir. And we just last week, the week before last, adopted our constitution, our Sankofa Nation Constitution. So as after the election of 2024, people were talking about starting a micronation. And I was like, what is a micronation? And I looked it up and I said, oh, we are a micronation. So we are actually a micronation. And a micronation is a nation within a nation with people who have common goals and common thought processes. I'm sorry, one of the major things that we decided to do back in 2020 was there was a question that I raised. Did they want to have kings and queens or presidents and vice president? And the forming nation decided kings and queens, looking back on our ancient kings and queens. And so we have had kings and queens for the last 5 years, and it has been an awesome, awesome journey. The responsibilities of the kings and the queens have been to bring to the Sankofa Nation information that is very, very important to the nation, that will help the nation and a learning experience as well as opportunity for questions, answers, and questions of the kings and queens. And what is so important, and I'm going to really stress to Freddie and the team to really emphasize to parents that your child can become a king or a queen in this nation because we change every 3 months. Now, if a king and queen or queens are doing really well, sometimes the nation decides we'll keep them on for another 3 months. And so that's what has happened to those who you will hear speak today. They have ruled two of them who are brothers have ruled so long. Now they are considered pharaohs because they elevated themselves. Pharaoh means king, but they elevated themselves because they have ruled. But it's up to the nation. The nation decides, and the voting people in the nation are the young people. There are adults in the nation, and if you come to our classes, you are immediately a part of the nation. But when it comes to the voting, it is the young people because they are the ones who have heard the most of the stories, have watched their peers blossom and bloom. And we have had phenomenal, phenomenal kings and queens who have brought us to the adults to tears at times in just in how they handle things and present it. So without further ado, I just always like to explain how we came about, why we exist, and the importance of the fact that your son or daughter, grandchild, niece, nephew, whatever, friend can become a king or queen in the nation. Now, we also have where if somebody is running and they are not chosen at this time, then of course they can run the next time. But if you have told the nation, and how you get chosen is you come before the nation and tell the nation why you want to be king and queen. But if you are not chosen at that time, then you become an advisor to the king and queen. I am the elder advisor. I just kind of guide them along, but they manage the nation. So, without further ado, I am going to turn this segment over to our pharaohs Jaden and Peyton, and our Queen Kaya, and is Queen AJ on as well? Has she come on?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So all of our rulers are here. I bow to you, and you all have the floor. So whoever wants to continue on, uh, Pharaohs Jaden Payton, Queen AJ, and Kaya, you all decide who goes first.
If Queen AJ or the Pharaohs want to go first, they can go.
No, thank you. I'll go last. Okay.
We can start with the welcome. Welcome. Good afternoon in Sawabona. We see you and all your ancestors. We are pharaohs Jaden and Peyton. We thank our honored elders, keeper of wisdom, and guardians of the path, Mr. Freddie Taylor, Mrs. Ebron, Mr. Damon Tyler, and Mrs. Tamiko Cohen. Sunday Dinner Elders, we deeply appreciate you sharing your time with us for this sacred exchange of listening, teaching, and learning. Welcome to any new Sunday Dinner Elders.
We also want to recognize and acknowledge our queens, Kaya and AJ, and our advisors. We see you.
National Address and State of the Union. Before we begin our presentations, we would like to provide a brief national address and state of our nation. Our leadership, membership, and world changers remain strong and dedicated. Since we last spoke with you, we have seen new memberships and a return of some of our amazing members. We recently had our town hall. We have several new students and elders joining and enriching our conversations. Thank you. We see you. During our recent classes with our world changers, Mrs. Ebron and Mr. Damon Tyler, we learned about the following. Burkina Faso, Part 1, Overcoming Fear and to Reclaim Greatness. Burkina Faso, Part 4, Poverty of Mind, The 7 Kinds of Lack. Burkina Faso, Part 5, The Universal Law of Polarity, The Real Africa, Part 1, and Universal Law of Gender. We continue to work towards our goals to become officially recognized as a micronation. In closing, our message of hope and unity is our nation is rich. Our currency is enthusiasm, knowledge, and collaboration. Hotep.
Before we start our presentation, we will defer to our queens.
I will go first. You have Sharon? Oh, wait. Okay, let's share. I'm gonna move this one over here. Hi, my name is Queen Kaya, and my presentation is called Water, from Ancient Africa to Today. Before we talk about history, I want to start with some fun facts about water. Water is life. Every living thing needs water to survive. Did you know about 71% of Earth is covered in water? But only 1% is drinkable for humans. The average person uses 80 to 100 gallons of water every day. That's a lot. We use water for drinking, growing, food, cleaning, and cooking, and transportation, and even having fun at the pool or beach. People and communities have always needed water to live. Water is clear, has no taste or smell. It can be a solid, ice, liquid water, or gas water vapor. Water molecules stick together. That's why droplets look like little beads. Water is always moving in a big circle called the water cycle. It has 5 main steps. The first is evaporation. This is when the sun heats up water in the oceans, lakes, and rivers, and it turns into water vapor that rises into the air. Transpiration occurs when plants release water vapor from their leaves into the air. Next is condensation. The water vapor cools down and changes into tiny drops that form clouds. When the clouds get heavy, water falls as rain, snow, sleet, or hail. This is called precipitation. Water is then collected in oceans, lakes, or rivers or underground. Ready to start the cycle again? The water cycle is crucial for life on Earth as it distributes water resources and regulates climate. Fun fact, the water we drink today might be the same water a dinosaur once drank. Now that we know some fun facts about water and why it's so important, let's look at how water connects to us. In ancient Egypt, the Nile River was life. It gave water for drinking, farming, fishing, and traveling. It also helped great African civilization like Nubia and Egypt grow powerful and wealthy. In West Africa, rivers like the Niger were important highways for trade. They carried gold, salt, and food between great kingdoms like Ghana, Mali, and Sanghae. During the transatlantic slave trade, enslaved Africans were forced to cross the Atlantic Ocean for many, water meant a dangerous and painful journey far from home. In the U.S., Black and white people were forced to drink from different water fountains because of Jim Crow laws. This was unfair and a sign of inequality. In Birmingham, Alabama, peaceful protesters, many of them kids, were sprayed with powerful fire hoses. This showed the world how water was used to hurt instead of help. In Flint, Michigan, the water had lead in it, making people sick. Many residents were Black and they fought for safe water. In Jackson, Mississippi, people still face trouble getting clean, safe water. This shows that the fight for water justice is not over. Leaders like Dr. Robert Bullard, known as the father of environmental justice, works to make sure all people, especially in Black communities, have clean air to breathe and safe water to drink. He teaches and speaks out so that no group of people is treated unfairly when it comes to the environment. Hurricane Katrina was a powerful storm that hit the Gulf Coast in 2015 and 2005, causing massive flooding, especially in New Orleans. Many neighborhoods, including those where a lot of African Americans lived, were destroyed, and thousands of people lost their homes. The disaster showed problems with emergency response and the need for fair help for all communities. From the Nile River to modern day water crisis, water has always been part of Black history, sometimes giving life, sometimes showing injustice. Everyone deserves clean, safe water because water connects us all. Thousands have lived without love, not one without water. The end.
Let's give a round of applause for Queen Kaya. Very, very good. Any questions?
Can you give your age, Queen Kaya?
I'm 9 years old. I just had a birthday.
Hey, happy birthday. I see the Pharaoh's got a question.
Queen Kai, you did an excellent job. You did a great job highlighting that people and everything need water, like plants, animals, and everything else. Good job, Queen Kaya.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, go for it, Gwen.
Queen Kaya, excellent, excellent presentation. It really, when you said that we might be drinking water that dinosaurs drank, I was like, oh, ew. But that's the cycle, and that is amazing. That's amazing. And I love that you put the information about the Nile River, because that river is extremely important. So excellent job.
Thank you.
We got a question from YouTube that asks, why are you interested in this topic?
Well, it's because my mom always tells me to drink a lot of water, and I wanted to learn more about water and why we have to drink it that much.
I love it. I love it. And then they're saying fantastic delivery on YouTube as well.
Thank you.
Oh, go for it, Glenn.
I saw another comment. I just finished watching this afternoon the segment about Hurricane Katrina. Excellent. It was an excellent presentation. And then by you bringing up the water and Katrina, I was like, wow, there is something in the universal atmosphere that's letting us know that we have to look at all of that. And you put it brilliantly that water can help, but it can be so destructive. And also people's response to what we need to do next. So thank you so much for that.
Yes. Jarman said, excellent presentation. Most informative, how you tied it into current living. Teach on, Queen Kaya, teach on.
Thank you.
Love it. Love it. All right. All right. Who you got next?
Queen Kai, Queen AJ, you wanted to go last, correct?
Yes, that's correct. You guys can go first.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
And Pharaohs, can you lead with your ages?
I'm 13.
I'm 11.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sawabona, we are Pharaohs Peyton and Jaden. Summer is coming to an end, and we know many families are preparing to go back to school. But we know in our communities, we go black to school. Going black to school isn't just about a new teacher, clothes, or backpacks. It means stepping into a space carrying extra weight. It means suiting up to survive. We will highlight a few specific issues we face going back to school, but more importantly, we are going to change the narrative and give you the Sankofa blueprint on going to school, staying in school, and graduating like a queen and king.
We go back to school carrying the weight of our lived experiences over the summer. Post-school reports. We are constantly hearing news reports about how we underperformed compared to other groups the previous school year. News and social media. We are overexposed to negative and demeaning news that portray us in a very negative light. We worry about the current president and his administration. Families and friends. We also have to navigate the normal pressures and expectations from our families and friends. Finally, we have to prepare for how we enter the new school year. Do we have the right clothes, shoes, hair, nails, phones, and transportation worries? How will we handle bullying, discipline, friendship, academic pressures, and more? So we hope this is a timely message for Sankofa Nation and all the caretakers in our educational journey. Because you are the roots that keep us grounded and the glue that keeps us connected for our potential.
Sunday dinner elders, raise your hand if you have ever walked into a classroom and felt like you had to prove yourself before saying a word. Thank you. Now connect this to how Black students feel every day going to school, during school, and after school.
We know this is not a new story. Our ancestors have survived many difficult circumstances in the pursuit of education. The United Negro College Fund reports that 53% of Black youth experience moderate to severe depression. We need to change this statistic. The Sankofa blueprint to change this narrative is, as you send us off to school on the first day and every day, continue to shield and build us with positive affirmations. We need them. We need them every day. Hug us. Tell us you love us. Remind us that you are proud of us. Teach us our history so we remember that we are descended from the brightest and the strongest. Your love and support provide us with the strength we need to get through our day. Our social and emotional health is challenged at every moment.
Let's talk about the sea of trouble. When we enter academic spaces and sit down, we encounter people that do not see us as assets. From the very first day, some are placed in what Carter G. Woodson called the seat of trouble. Judged before they even speak, they may face low expectations, but they only be the only Black voice in the room or feel like they have to represent their entire race in every decision, in every discussion. They learn to stay alert for microaggressions, to change how they speak or dress just to fit in, and to regard themselves against being misunderstood. This constant racial vigilance is exhausting.
Let's change the narrative. Make this the Game of Thrones, where you can stir up the kind of good trouble that John Lewis talked about. Instead of operating under this cloud of inferiority, go to school and claim your rightful seats. On the bus, in the classroom, in leadership roles, and in every space where decisions are made, and refuse to give it up. Find out where decisions are made and become part of that group. Find out who controls the budget and join that group. Find out who makes the policies and add your voice to that group. Sunday dinner elders, you can help too. Join the PTO, school committee, town committees. Volunteer to become a coach, mentor, recess monitor, or lunchroom monitor.
For a typical student, their classroom schedule can be predictable. For melanated students, we have advanced placements in other life lessons during our day, shown in blue. Let's highlight a few from a blueprint to help us this school year.
Colorism and racism. This is usually the first experience we have. Black students report that we have experienced racial trauma often and very early, as early as 4 years old. Yet, when surveyed, 80% of the students report that they like being Black. So here is the Sankofa blueprint. Never do this to each other. We know that melanin is magic. Respect it. Protect yourself and each other. Call it out. Flip the script and show them you are proud of your melanin-rich identity. Choose a response that feels the safest at the moment, then walk away. You don't have to debate your greatness.
Almost all students report an attempt by others to touch or question them about their hair. The Crown Act stands for creating a respectful and open world for natural hair. It protects It protects against discrimination based on hair, texture, and style. Here's the blueprint. Parents, this is where we need your support. Now, if your child's school has a dress code, find out if it contains biased practices around our hair. Every melanated child should know about the Crown Act. As melanated people, we should never make fun of each other's hair. Always use respectful words and tones when talking about your crowns. Every year, we hear about students that are forced to cut their locks, remove their braids, or extensions. Let's stop this. Our hair is our heritage. Our hair is our history.
In the end, we will not remember the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Incidents of bullying have increased in recent years. Every child, in fact, every adult has been a bystander at some time. A bystander is someone who witnesses bullying and doesn't get involved. Being a bystander is easy. So what can we do? Be an upstander. It takes courage to be an upstander. Upstanders are kids who do something that prevents or reduces the bullying they see. An upstander comes to the aid of another child who's being bullied by showing them kindness. Don't laugh, don't encourage the bully in any way. Don't participate. Stay a safe distance and help the target get away. Don't become an audience for the bully. Tell an adult. Reach out in friendship. Help other melanated friends in any way you can. If you notice someone being isolated from others, invite them to join you. Include each other in some of your activities. Talk to your children about what it means to be an upstander. Ask them if they have witnessed bullying. Brainstorm ideas about how they might engage the next time they see someone in need of an upstander. When we all feel empowered to take action, even a small one, we build a world of upstanders.
This one is for the parents and guardians. Has anyone heard of the podcast Sold a Story? It talks about how some reading programs have not worked for decades and how that has hurt students, especially Black students. COVID exposed this tragedy as parents were working directly with their children and realized they could not read. Ask your school district about the science of reading. Sit with your children and make sure they know how to read and spell, because schools are failing us. Why does it matter? Because literacy is liberation. When you can read, you can research, resist, and rise.
As we go Black to school, make sure you have a trusted network. Talk to them. Be open about our experiences. Respect and engage with each other. We rise in brilliance together.
Let's have a great year. Any questions?
Let's give our pharaohs a round of applause. Oh my Lord, what an excellent presentation. Excellent, as always. but excellent. Lots to think about. We need to.
All right,
AI.
so Queen Kaya has her hand up.
I just wanted to say the Pharaohs did an amazing job. I love the title of their presentation, and I love the meaning behind it. You did an amazing job.
Thank you, Queen Kaya.
Dr. Anita.
Yes, I wanted to definitely congratulate the young men on an amazing presentation. And to be honest with you, that presentation should be shown.
Yeah.
Even outside of this, if there was any way of like at your school's open house, maybe at PTA meetings, setting people, pulling parents aside, that's a message that a lot of parents need to hear because we're so busy living that we're not listening and watching out for our children. And I really appreciate that you guys are understanding about going Black to school. And that's a very powerful message that you've shown. And as many places as you can show that, it will be greatly received. I just want to say congratulations, gentlemen. That was beautiful.
Thank you, Dr. Anita.
All right, any additional questions? Don't be shy. All right, they say, Jarman says they are already excellent teachers. Thank you both. That was a gift to parents.
Yeah.
Amazing presentation, says Cassandra. You got a great job on YouTube. From Terry. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate that. What was your biggest takeaway? Oh, go for it. Go for it, Gwen.
I was just going to say, I got a little teary-eyed when they were saying about sending your children off with a hug and a kiss and telling them with the affirmations, because so many children are sent off with parents and sometimes grandparents cursing at them or just saying something negative to them or hearing negative tones. And then they expect the teachers to whip up and hit a magic wand and the child is supposed to be okay. And during this class, the school day, and sometimes teachers not having empathy, but not having, can't do it for 30 to 40, 35 to 40 children. And somebody's acting up and they were just like, why can't this child be in line? Not knowing that that child has just gone through maybe some of the worst situations, maybe not sleeping at night, maybe parents not monitoring their children while they're asleep and making sure that they're not on their devices playing games all night long. And then I had twins who would play games all night long or watch movies and then want to sleep in class, or children coming in because they couldn't sleep because bed bugs were biting them, or they had stomach aches because they were hungry all night because they didn't have dinner. All these things impact. So when you were saying, tell them and give them a hug, it really touched my heart because there's so many children who don't get that at all and have had a rough night. And then, Lord, we're not going to even talk about the weekend where they're smelling all kinds of chemicals all weekend long. And then Monday is like you've walked into, uh, something that is just outrageous in terms of behavior, and just have to know that that's going to be kind of your Monday because these children have been impacted. And what's sad, as a teacher, as a counselor, you might have worked with somebody all week long, had a breakthrough on Friday, everything's going well, they've gotten their little prize for their behavior and we used to call them behavior dollars, and they got a prize on Friday, and then on Monday, they're right back where they were or even further back, and you have to start all over again. So that was impactful. And Freddie, that presentation needs to go out over your all the platforms. That
Yeah.
just needs to be heard.
I like that. That is true. This definitely all your presentations are good. So I won't just say that it was just this one. But there was a question. Alri asked, do you think your school has adequate training on bullying?
Hi, this is the Pharaoh's mom. I could probably answer that for them. We do have adequate training. We had something called the Celtics Playbook that talks about bullying and other stressors that kids experience in school. So we've done that for maybe 3 years in our district. In addition to that, I formed something called the Belonging Collective, which is every special interest group in the community. We have one that talks about grief because they lost a child. We have the PTO, we have the school administration involved. We have something called our education fund that supports a lot of our initiatives. They're part of the collective. And we have a diversity, equity, and inclusion community advisory council. They're part of the collective. So we realized we were working in silos and we decided to join together to form the Belonging Collective. And we recently did a lot of belonging work under the Yellow Tulip Project, which talks about smashing stigmas, mostly around mental health issues, but we expanded it into other issues that we had in our community. And we invited the kids and community to make statements, like I'm a sister, I'm a lefty, I am a baseball player, I'm neurodiverse, and I am more. So all of their statements ended with I am more. And it really helped with bullying, but a lot of other peer pressure things that our students experience.
Nice. I love that. Do you think there are some opportunities for them to do this presentation at the school?
Yes, I do. I think so.
Yeah, I think that would be great. But you're right, Gwen. We should clip this and send it out at least to our Sankofa Club families so that they can see this as well. Great job, Pharaohs. Great job.
They can also, I don't know, they are so diverse. Our pharaohs are so diverse. I don't know if they have planned to do that for our what am I trying to say? Our town hall with the Sankofa Nation. But I was just thinking that it might be interesting to bring it to the adult class on the next Thursday that we meet, not this coming Thursday, but the following Thursday. And because we have the adults, and we could take a few minutes to have them give that presentation there too. But we can talk about it. We don't have to make, I mean, I'm opening that invitation up, and the people coming to class, I'm sure would love to hear that from them. But that's one way. But I'm just saying it just needs to go out on, all of the social media platforms, because that is excellent advice. So.
Yeah, and challenge not only the children, but the adults in the space as well, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, how we can be a part of the solution. We're good at complaining.
Right.
Right. So
let's do.
We got to be part of the solution. So I love it. And they say they love y'all let me get this right. I love this, very enlightening as a parent. I love these. They use the B word. I'm not going to use the B word. I'm not going to use babies. I love these young people, right? Right. I love our young men and women. So it's wonderful. It's wonderful. All right. Great job. Great job. And then we have one more.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So Queen AJ, if you could come on and let the people know your age. She's our.
Hi. Okay. Hi, I'm Queen AJ. I'm 16.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. The floor is yours, young lady.
Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Queen AJ, and today my presentation will be on the Black Women's Expo of 2025, celebrating the beautiful Black women of this world, one expo at a time.
Nice.
Introducing Mary Green. We have to introduce none other than the creator of the Black Women's Expo. She created the expo for a place for Black women to come and celebrate and connect with each other while selling products and having a good time, and she did just that. Each year, a variety of ages attends the Black Women's Expo, from seniors to young children, and each is better than the last. Speaking of the expo, surprise, it's year 30 of celebration and then returns to Chicago's McCormick Place, just where it started. For the 30th anniversary, Mary Green expressed gratitude for everyone that participated and contributed this year. And it was especially important because due to new DEI regulations, many of the previous sponsors that supported the Black Women's Expo and other diversity-set events pulled out of support, leaving Mary to figure out more support for the Black Women's Expo. One sponsor in particular
Uh-oh. Is it just me or did she freeze for everyone?
It looks like she froze. AJ, you're frozen, honey.
Okay, so she might need a moment to come back. I love it that she went to the Black Women's Expo, right? Or she's doing this for it. And it's like today is like a great display of the range, right? Inside of the Sankofa Club. I guess Gwen, me and you can fill some time so she gets to come
Yes,
back.
it is. In fact, she asked me if she could report on it. And I said, when they report, I do not make any suggestion. This is coming from them, by them. And so, and every time, they do an outstanding job. So she might have to have gone out. And did she go off?
Hey, I'm back.
Oh,
okay.
I'm here. Sorry, I have no idea what happened. I'm gonna reshare. Oh, wait, I need the permissions back.
Yep, I see you. All right, got you.
But it logged you out. I don't know why though. Yeah, I just say okay. Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Queen AJ, and today my presentation will be on the Black Women's Expo 2025, celebrating the beautiful Black women of this world, one expo at a time. First off, we have to introduce none other than the creator of the Black Women's Expo, Mary Green. She created the expo for a place for Black women to come and celebrate and connect with each other while selling products and having a good time, and she did just that. Each year, a variety of ages attends the Black Women's Expo, from seniors to young children, and each is better than the last. Speaking of the expo, surprise, it's year 30 of celebration and it returns to Chicago's McCormick Place, just where it started. For the 30th anniversary, Mary Green expressed gratitude for everyone that participated and contributed this year. And it was especially important because due to new DEI regulations, Many of the previous sponsors that supported the Black Women's Expo and other diversity set events pulled out of support, leaving Mary to figure out where to get support for the Black Women's Expo. One particular sponsor said, and I quote, that the expo was not inclusive enough, and this led to the wonderful Black Women's Expo of this year. On the screen are some of the sponsors of this year's Black Women's Expo, and we thank them. One point that we can pull is that the new sponsors that did come along are Black sponsors and businesses, which reminds us that when we work together as a Black community, we can make things better. Well, what do you see? The Black Women's Expo has many influential people attend. Let's give you a sneak peek into this year. Starting with the Teen Summit. The Teen Summit featured financial literacy, teaching teens special words about careers in finance and how they can benefit out in our communities. Mental health tips that included a slot of time for teens to ask special questions, a STEM talk, and a professional power hour, which featured 4 amazing people: Dara LaJoy Terry, Malcolm Durr, Kiera Brentley Jones, and Erica Shavers. My favorite part was the power hour, which gave attending teens tips on how to start businesses, keep building confidence, and stay on track in life. Next, we have some highlights from the Black Women's Expo, starting with a town hall discussion from Mola Martin, Dakota Eddy, Janai Nelson, and Matt McGill, which allowed participants to ask questions to the panel about issues and gave the panelists time to discuss and give advice about chosen topics. We also had a seminar on the state of Black men's mental health awareness, which offered a long panel discussion on issues that Black men face with their mental health and how we deal with them. A special highlight of mine is the Gabby Bowes book signing. Now it's time for entertainment. I can show you better than I can tell you. I have a series of videos showcasing the amazing performances shown at the Black Women's Expo, with a special surprise from none other than me. Now, Queen AJ loves fashion, so she's got a couple things to lay out. A personal highlight of mine that I think you'll all enjoy is the brand 14 Furrow Apparel. The founder and CEO is Matthew. He started his company when he was 14 and grew it from there. He's 16 now and is making history as the youngest fashion designer to ever promote their brand at the Black Women's Expo. He also plans to show new creations at Chicago's Fashion Week. Now onto the videos.
It's Ruth Devanay Southpaw of the Becoming Serene podcast. Oh my God, broadcasting to you live from the Black Women's Expo 30th year anniversary. Yay! We are so excited. As a matter of fact, they just cut the ribbon. It is official. We are underway. Real life is happening here, everybody. But it is this weekend at the Chicago McCormick Place. You should be here. Get down here today. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is going down.
So I just want to encourage y'all, as y'all get ready to get back in school, as y'all get ready to grab some lunch, to just appreciate the space you're in right now, because it is beautiful. Y'all are beautiful. So go continue to be great and just appreciate the space that God got you in right now.
When I get up, they're trying to test me. It's a setup. Cause I'm trying to be on BET, get off this EBT, and believe me, it ain't be easy. I'm making my rhymes like Easy E, Chuck D, trying to make a little bit of money, but not trying to be greedy. Cause see, I'm trying to remember where I come from. You better get up and get some.
I want to mention that this is only a part of all the amazing sponsors and seminars that we saw at the Black Women's Expo. Now, what are some of my overall takes from my first expo? One, it's an open space to be safe and connect. During the Teen Summit, many of the people who gave talks oftentimes gave multiple. Many of the people who were talking to the teens gave multiple. No, okay, sorry. Okay, my overall take from my first expo is that one, it's an open space to be safe and connect. During the Teen Summit, many of the people who were giving speeches gave multiple places and tips to teens for us to feel safe. They allowed teens to ask questions and gave answers that benefited not only the teens, but also gave them tips and tricks for other things. Two, there's always room for more. There were many sponsors at the Black Women's Expo, and many people encouraged teens and adults alike to join, to create their businesses, and to give startups. I found a company that is Black owned and woman owned that helps Black owned companies organize. I'm sorry. I found a Black owned company that is Black owned and woman owned that helps companies organize finances and promotions. It is a company that connects with multiple platforms, Google, Zoom, and others, to help Black companies get the word out about their businesses and to help when they get bigger so that they can organize everything with their work. And three, a personal thing. I really love Black people. Something that I talked about with my mom after attending the expo is that I felt safe in that space. Something that I can say is that I feel often in non-Black spaces is that I feel as though I'm a UFO, an unidentified foreign object. And in that space, although people may look and people may stare, you don't feel as if you've never been seen before. And surprise, I show hosted, and this is a clip.
Yes, ma'am! Yes! Walk it out in the wedges.
I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you.
Let's give a round of applause for Queen AJ. Excellent job. I have a question. That last video, was that you?
Yes, that was me.
That was you coming out on stage at the expo? Let's give her a big applause. Wow, I was like, is that her? She tried to look at my little phone. Oh, excellent, excellent. Excellent.
Yes. Dr. Anita says she loves how empowered you felt, loving the self-confidence and self-love. Love that. They on YouTube saying they so proud of you.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Queen.
yes, Queen Kaya.
Just wanted to say that Queen AJ did an amazing job. And what made you choose the topic?
She wanted you to say.
Well, what made me choose the topic is that I think it's important for everyone to know that there are Black events for us to attend where, many times in the Black community, we talk about how we're not able to connect with Black people in our towns or in our states. So it makes it harder for us to get things done. That's just one event of many that gave you a space to not only promote your brand, but connect with other Black brands, buy from Black brands, and just get so much information. So I definitely think that that was important to share. I had a really good time. So that's another reason why I wanted to share. I just really wanted to share some of that joy. But for the most part, I just really think that it's important to let us know that there are events out there for us to do things. So when we're struggling to find things to do, that's very important. So now I've given you a resource, and they do it every year. This is, like I said, the 30th anniversary. That was this year. It was August 1st to the 3rd. And they do it every year. It's a 3-day event. So yeah.
Thank you. I like your answer.
Oh, good.
I love it. All right, Dr. Anita.
Yes, I love the fact she opened the door saying there are a lot of other places to go. It's like as adults, as children, as young adults and everything. One of the things I'm in love actually with the algorithm on Facebook. I know everybody has their thing, but once you click into one such event, you start getting fed a lot of different ones. I mean, I clicked into an African student union event several years ago on a local college campus. And it's just after that, all these other events started showing up. I didn't even know we had a Nigeria event. I didn't even know we had a Ghana event. I mean, all over the city. So now I get fed a lot of that. I'm always going to cultural events and festivals and so forth. So once you start clicking on one, it starts feeding you others. So if you're ever looking for something, just find that one and it'll start feeding you a lot of others in and around your cities. I'm in love with it. I'm all over Houston going to different events and everything. So thank you for that. I hate that's all the way in Chicago, but now I'm going to be looking forward here in Houston.
Nice. All right, the Pharaohs.
I just want to say, Queen AJ, you did an amazing job on your presentation.
Excellent.
Thank you so much. You guys did a good job too.
Thank you, and you're welcome.
I love it. I love it. People are like commenting, they just love how the pharaohs and the queens are all real supportive of one another, right? So that's definitely a great environment. And this is peer-to-peer learning, right? Like teaching and inspiring one another. It's great. Pharaohs, you got more?
Hi, this is the Pharaoh's mom. I just have to weigh in. Queen AJ, I have my hand on my heart, as I usually do, anytime you show up in a space and just amaze everyone. You did it once again, and I got to tell you, it was not a surprise to see you on stage. I'm surprised I haven't seen it before because you are a natural leader. You have energy. You just really energize any space and conversation that you move in. So you were beautiful, you were confident, and you were motivating. We are all here so motivated. I You just inspired me. You are wearing your crown. I love that you had that experience. I know we're going to see you in that space again. And the only thing I would say, it's a shame that your experience had to be under the umbrella of safety. That's something we often have to worry about as melanated people. Safe entry and safe access to events and experiences. But I'm glad you did not let that stop you. I saw your smile all the way from that stage and your confidence and your beauty. So congratulations. And also Queen Kaya, you are wearing your crown as well. I'm so proud of the queens of Sankofa Nation.
Yes.
Thank you.
I love it.
I have a question. Queen AJ, was that you speaking at the very beginning with the mic, or was that somebody else? It sounded like you. Was that you doing the commentary?
It may have been me. I attended multiple seminars. It may have been the fashion do's or don'ts, or I didn't think I talked in the town hall. I didn't talk in the town hall discussion.
But you asked questions during one of the panels, so I'm not
Oh, okay, but yes, but
yes, yeah. During the teen summit, they gave a slime slot for teens to ask questions about just like any question that you have about everything that's going on, or any mental health questions. And I did get up multiple times to ask questions. So yes.
Okay. Well, all of the kings, queens, let me bow to you as I always do. And just so that if there are no more questions, I know everybody's in awe, so everybody's just kind of drinking it in. And Karen, Sister Karen, they were saying you are amazing. So I'm going to give the closing time back to the royals, to the kings and queens, and to the pharaohs, and we'll close out this time.
I think AJ has something else.
Queen AJ, go right ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to reply to Miss Sharon. So actually, when you were talking about the safety with events, and we talk about the difference in who is hosting the events, like I said, with them it's all the way Black owned and sponsored. Actually, I had a family member who said that the vibe at Essence Fest has been different, and the Essence Fest, was founded, the magazine, by a Black company. But for the last 12 years, the festival has been produced by the Solomon Group, which is actually a white firm. But the Black Women's Expo was completely run by Mary Green, and she had the support of the mayor, who is Black, and all of those things. So I definitely wanted to mention that. I also wanted to say about the safety thing, even like the people who were talking, the reason why I felt that comfortable to get up on the stage was because there was not a single non-Black model there. So I felt confident enough to go up on stage and walk, because that was like a mid segment. Yeah, and I didn't feel like the response from the crowd wasn't bland. I didn't, like I said, feel like a UFO. It was Black women cheering and supporting me on. So it didn't dim my light. I felt it was an open space. So that is definitely something I can say. But it is a difference because, like I said, the family member said it's a different vibe that it's going to give off depending on who's supporting us, how it's being pushed out, and who it's being shown to.
Good answer. Yeah. Brother Carl says sharp. Yeah, she is definitely.
Queen Kaya, go right ahead.
Just wanted to ask, have you ever seen Miss Green before?
You didn't put that picture in there?
I didn't put the picture. Oh my God.
I can pull up one on my phone.
Actually, I took a picture with her. It was so nice meeting her. I saw her multiple times. She got no word. She talked to during the Teen Summit. She attended the town hall session with Roland Martin. I got a picture with him too. It was nice meeting him. I actually met who else? I met the voice actor who voiced Nala in The Lion King. She was there during the Teen Summit. And this is my picture. Oh, wait, I have to turn off the background. Can you guys see? Let me turn off the background. Oh, this is my picture I took with her.
Nice.
Yes, it was so nice meeting her. And then, do you get the one with Voldemort? I think we don't have
it. I can show you that one too. I can find it.
I love how excited you are. And I'm jealous. I've never got a chance to meet her. So that's
yeah. She's super nice. I loved her talk during the Teen Summit. I can definitely say I was excited. I really do love being in Black spaces. Like, I remember telling my mom in the car after we were leaving, I was like, once I get in Black spaces, I never want to leave. Like, can we make this like a month event? Can we just like go every day for a month? And this is my video. My picture was Mother Mary. Oh,
There you
I literally.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's great. Wonderful. All right. Okay. So we're going to turn it back over to the royals, the pharaohs and the queens to close out this segment. And it's right on time, 4:30.
Thank you. We are now going to use our greetings that we use to close out in our town halls.
The greeting is Sawubona. On the count of three, we're going to say Sawubona. 1, 2, 3. Sawubona.
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 We have two responses. The first one is Sakona. I'm here to be seen. On the count of three, we're going to say Sakona. 1, 2, 3.
Sakona.
Our second response is Yebo Sawubona. On the count of three, we're going to say Yebo Sawubona. 1, 2, 3.
Yebo
Sawubona.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hotep.
Thank you.
Hotep.
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 I love it. I love it.
All right. Freddie, thank you so much. And it's back to you.
Well, give them like, okay, so y'all, what y'all saw today was the Sankofa Club. Oh, wait a minute. Let me let Carl in to ask this question. Then Gwen, I'll give a little wrap up to kind of what they experienced today. But go ahead, brother Carl. I think I muted you. My bad.
Cool. No, I don't have a question at all. I don't have no kind of questions right now. I just gotta give y'all props. I love seeing young people shine. You know, that's my passion. And I wish I would have remembered that this was the kids' day because I had another appointment and I came in late, but I saw what was going on, and even hearing you all's closeout and hearing young Queen AJ talk about loving to be in black spaces and where you shine, and knowing that you all are doing something in a safe place. I know Brother Freddie very well. I know anything that he builds is safe for young people. But to see the potential, and not even just the potential, the action that's happening now that you're doing and you're shining and inspiring me and inspiring others. I know I was looking at the comments and I know people are inspired. So y'all keep doing what you're doing. I just want to say that I'm very impressed. And I want to encourage you that what you're doing now is laying a foundation for not just our future, but for our legacies, our generations, and even the now. I tell people all the time, kids don't have to waste their youth being young. And it seems like you all are not doing that. You all are taking advantage of your youth and being in rooms and being in circles and having an impact. And know that what you're doing is so much bigger than what you think. And shoot for the stars. I tell people all the time when I go talk to kids that you're closer in age to the creator of Facebook than I am. So that means you can do something right now to change the entire world. So keep it up. I'm very impressed. Hotep, blessings to y'all.
Love it. Love it. All right. Sister Gwen, kind of just paint the picture of what they just experienced, what they saw, and then we'll close that out.
I forgot I muted myself. You saw what can happen, not just happen, but what being a part of the Sankofa Club, the Sankofa Nation is all about. When you know who you are, you become the greatness that's within you. It's all there. It's all within each of us. And these young people walk in their glory. They walk in their ancestral glory. They walk in their and prepare their legacy, but they're planting the seeds as you see as they go along. So this is what happens in with the Sankofa club. As you heard in the beginning, the pharaohs gave a state of the nation and told about what people were they were learning, as well as what they were learning from the history, what they're learning from the social emotional learning experience. And then these presentations are what we experience in at the nation as we sit and listen to our leaders lead and guide us about the things that we need to know. So if you're not a part of the Sankofa, and let me put my spill out, if you're part of the legacy and you haven't gotten your families or youth people to come to the Sankofa club / nation, then you need to get on it because they can go all the way back to the beginning, over 400 lessons, and it's just there for them. Plus the simple fact of, as we have peer-to-peer interaction in class, and now we have intergenerational interaction. We've always had an elder in our class with our young people, but now we're getting more elders, and so there's intergenerational comments during class about what we're learning, and it is so rich. And so exciting. We've had a couple of new people who I guess are trying out the Sankofa Nation, Sankofa Club, and the learning experience, and they were so excited this past Wednesday. So now it's in your hands if you know of any young people, and if you know of any young people that might not be able to, or families that might not be able to afford, but you can help them out. That's a way of really, to me, what we have been talking about in class is, in both classes, is resistance. This is resistance. When you see this excellence, this is resistance. This is putting aside of what's going on, in Washington and building our foundation. So this is what you've experienced today. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your encouragement. And soon they will be coming with their own businesses and inventions, and we were looking for like Shark Tank support. So be ready for those times. But right now, let's give them another round of applause and thank you so much. And back to you, Freddie.
Yeah, thank
Yay,
you.
Bo. Yay, Bo. Congratulations.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, thank you, Gwen, always for what you do and showing up for us here in the Sankofa Club and Nation as well. But wow, I mean, that's a great presentations by our young people. And I love that we got like all of the ages, right? Like it's a pretty wide age range that you get to see, and you see how the young people interact with one another respectfully and encouraging one another. But this is what. Oh, who's that? I think we just randomly unmuted. All right. All good. Yes. Yeah, so I'm glad y'all get a chance to see that. But if you're interested in your young people or in your grandchildren joining us inside of the Sankofa Club, we got a free 30-day trial that you can come and test it out. So that is the link there. You can come and see it. The live classes are on Wednesday and Fridays. Wednesday and Friday are the live classes, but you have access to over 400 classes. Everything that's been pre-recorded over the years, you have access to that, and it's searchable so that you can look it up and go back and engage any of the courses or lessons that you're interested in. Queen AJ, you got something else for us?
Yeah. Actually, during the Teen Summit, I had shouted to the Sankofa Club out. I told the lady up there, because she was asking me, I asked the question, what are Black children supposed to do in non-Black spaces or in towns? to help find each other. Because a lot of times I feel like some of the advice they were giving about connecting with each other was just like literally find each other. But then I mentioned we don't have spaces to hang out. Like we can't necessarily go to the library because we're going to go to the library and be stared down, or we can't go to the park because the police are sitting a block away from the park, and if anything goes down, then we know that creates problems for us. So yeah, I told her for me, because I'm homeschooled, it's just a hopeful club. So yeah, I started to do out. So I got some more people coming.
I love it. I love it. I love we got our young ambassador on the scene. But Queen AJ is definitely she's got a future out in front of people for sure. So I love that. And they're getting the opportunities to stretch these muscles, right? And to have these engagements and conversations. And it's just been great. So if you're interested, we got a 30-day free trial going on just for y'all. So I think I dropped the link in both places. So if you're interested, you can go ahead and click that and sign up and come on and join us. And Sister Gwen will be looking for you now. So don't just sign. Here's the thing. Don't just sign up to just do it, right? You got to sign up. You got to show up, right? Just signing up won't actually assist your children or your grandchildren. You got to make sure that they're showing up and engaging so that they can get the true benefit and transformation that comes out of learning their history and their culture and then engaging with wonderful peers as well as the leadership opportunities, right? So it's a great fit all the way around. So again, we've got a 30-day free trial for y'all to go ahead and check that out. All right. And then as we are making our regular ritual, Brother Charles, come on in. Yeah, that's what I was going to say, right? I want to do a little open mic, free conversation, free thought. So we'll weave in a lot of different discussion. I got some things that I'll definitely share. But Brother Charles, what say you, sir?
I heard her say something about the library. She could not meet there for the youth. Queen AJ? Or did I misinterpret? What was that?
Yeah, to clarify, I said that like we cannot hang out in the library freely. Like I talked about where many times I feel like a UFO, an unidentified foreign object. You know how in spaces that aren't ours where you get stared down or you cannot comfortably sit in a room without being checked up on every 2 minutes. And then there's a group of white children in the next room and they have been left alone for 2 hours. That's basically what I mean. Am I explaining that correctly?
Yeah, no, I guess you are. I mean, I was interested in your comment because I didn't catch all of it. And see, I do presentations, cultural history presentations at a library. Always wanted young folks like you, never get them, except for maybe once I think I did get one. But, and I heard that about the library and I became a little sad because a library is a place of, like a school, a place of learning. And as long as you're not, and watch the phrase hanging out. I have an issue with us hanging anything other than clothes. What I mean historically, but I understand what you're saying. But what I'm saying is if you go in a serious manner to do something that is, academic, you're not going in there to tear up and play video games and act loud. There shouldn't be a problem. You might have to prearrange it, with the librarian, because I understand what you're saying, and I know what time it is in terms of all of us, young and old. So that's all I want to say. I don't want to get too deep in it. You clarify what I had heard. Thank you.
Yeah, sir. I understand. So like what I'm saying, you're talking about us going to those spaces and doing academic spaces. Even when we are in those spaces, we do not have our Black librarians there. So if we want to go up and ask for help, and I don't know, we asked for a book on astrophysics or something. The way that we are responded to is at times it's going to be, how Black children are always seen as on the lower intellectual level. So if we ask for a book on astrophysics, we might receive the response, are you really sure that you want that book? Isn't that a bit advanced? That's the type of response where I'm saying like that's not a space that many Black children feel safe in because we receive that response. And I'm one of those children who has always read books that are more advanced than my grade level that I'm supposed to be in. And that I always got that response. I can recount plenty of times. And that's something that makes those spaces feel not safe or just so much less welcoming because of something as simple as that. And when we come in groups and it's multitudes of us that are intellectual in those spaces, we still get treated that way, no matter what way we decide to come.
Well, maybe it might be helpful if you had an adult, at least one adult, come with you, sort of acting as a chaperone. And because as an adult, you see, if we haven't personally gone through that in the library, we've gone through it somewhere in life, and we might be able to feel that type of response to you a little bit better, depending on the adult, of course. But perhaps that might help it. And well, anyway, it's just something I thought I would mention. That's all. Thank you. Stay on the path. Stay on the path. Right on. Uhuru Sasa.
All right.
I love it.
All right. I'm her mom. And I agree with you. A lot of times the tone is different when their parents around. But I will say to you this, the issue with that is they invite teens to events in those spaces and expect for them to come and be there. So if this is a teen space, so for instance, you mentioned them playing video games and this, that, and the other. Some libraries literally do have those spaces for them to go and make 3D projects and create their own video games and things of that nature. It doesn't change the experience, however, of the teenagers who are seeing that, hey, you didn't say anything. I'm just going to say the name Sarah. Sarah's been sitting over there just doing in man and home business and doing whatever for however long she's been doing it. And no one said anything to her. But me and Kiki are sitting right here. And every time I turn around, somebody coming over here asking me a question. That's the difference. And we typically go as a family as well, because I try to, to make sure that I'm in that space so that you know that, hey, their mom will come up here with them as well. But then those spaces are divided depending on how big or how small the library is. But it's like you said, where it's really depending on the person there, because there are librarians there that are enthused and intrigued by whatever they are enthused and intrigued with as teenagers. However, whether people like it or not, we are still in that space in this country where, that ain't it.
No.
You gotta, it's whether people like it or not. It doesn't matter if you're north, south, east, west. People want to act like those things are different now, but they're not. That's the reality for them. Because if you're going to have an open space for them, we get it. Nope, they're not being loud, or no, they're not being. They have some of those spaces. They have time limits on them and things of that nature. So there is a balance. But she's speaking specifically of those experiences for her. It's not always like that, but she does have experiences where she like, okay, mama, come on up here, because nope.
Right.
Are supposed to be allowed in those spaces on their own.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's the issue with them being teenagers, because as a teenager as well, they don't always want mama and daddy sitting right there with them. So it's a balance, and she's just speaking.
I understand.
On that part.
Yeah. Right. I understand. I wasn't trying to put you in particular on the spot, but I guess maybe I did forget that I'm talking to a teenager, but I mean, at times, look, if that's the issue you have, yes, you the team, you attempt to handle it, and handle it with respect, like you're doing here in this presentation, and you still get the duck, no problem. Come on back. Let's walk in together intergenerationally. Let's see what you got to say now. Okay. And then, even if it doesn't go well, it's okay. But now we have a consensus so that this ignorant person can understand that, listen, this child is serious. I'm serious as an adult. We are citizens of this particular town. And this is a what? I can't hear you. A public library, isn't it? Okay. Use their language on them. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I love the conversation because and I love like the fact that she brought up like astrophysics because I was literally watching Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. I think I'm getting his name right.
Right. Yes.
Like
yes.
he was talking to a 10-year-old about astro, and he was like, that's when he got introduced to it at 10, and that's like what really lit his fire to go and become one, right? Like, so it's like, man, we got to continue to allow our children to explore, and even in spaces where people don't think they belong, right? I mentioned one of our little cousins is a harpist, right? I don't know.
Right.
You know, it's like, what? Like, but that's so amazing. I loved it. But she was introduced to it, fell in love with it, and bang, now she's showing me pictures of her harps. She has 2 harps, and she called them her babies, and she was like serious about it. So anyway.
Well, of course, she needs to be. Well, I hope she's eventually or has been introduced to some of the Black harpists throughout history. We have them now in contemporary times with. Well, the only one comes to mind is Brandy Younger. But of course, we had Alice Coltrane and we had a few others in the past. And just to familiarize her with that, since that's her instrument, and let her understand, if she doesn't already, that you know what? This European symphonic music that you're playing, we have been in the history of this music for quite some time.
Yeah.
People look like us. So don't let nobody tell you different. As a matter of fact, let's go and find these people so you can understand what I'm saying, what you're being told.
I love that, brother. And I'm gonna make sure I go out of my way and make sure that she does know it. She may already know. I don't know. This is my first time meeting her and having that conversation. She attended Cass Tech High School here in Detroit. So, and that's where she was introduced to it at. So I don't know. Hopefully they got it. They got it all woven into the curriculum.
Yeah, I didn't get that history when I was her age. I wasn't playing harp, of course, but I was playing clarinets, and no one was telling me. I mean, I knew Benny Goodman and 1 or 2 others, already sure, but I didn't know any Black, and nobody told my teacher. I'm not going to beat him up; he's gone, but he didn't expose me to it. My parents, now maybe they didn't know. Okay, I'll give him a pass with that. I don't know, and of course, me. At that particular time, I wasn't so forward to look because I just enjoyed the music.
Yeah.
I didn't so much care. I knew what I could play. I could play.
As children, you're not really thinking about all of that, right? You're like,
right.
I love the sound that comes out of this instrument, and I can make that. That's a beautiful thing.
Exactly.
I love that. Let me let the pharaohs in.
Yeah.
In our introduction, we forgot to remind everyone to use the powerful Zulu greetings, Sawubona, Sikona, Yebo Sawubona, in their daily lives, because acknowledging each other is powerful and respectful.
I love it. The pharaoh's like, let me level set the room. Let me bring y'all back here. Sawubona. I love it. All right, Carl.
I have a question for the young people, and this is a question I ask all of my young folks.
Get your microphone a little bit closer.
Oh, but you know what happened? I put a mic close though. I wasn't trying to go there today. No.
You got a mic.
Yeah, he got a real microphone, right?
Well, thank you. Yeah. So my question for the young people, and this is what I ask all young people for the most part. What problems do you see in our society or community? Doesn't have to be huge, it could be big, small, or indifferent, that you feel that you could start working to solve now. And the reason that I ask this, full disclosure, I'm an entrepreneurship coach for young people. And so what I found is that it's a lot easier, or they dig a lot deeper when they see the problem that they solve. And I'm just curious because, I do want to see how I can help you all as well. But yes, just what problems do you see that you want to solve in the community?
Okay, any of our young people want to take that on? And Gwen, I am trying to twist Carl's arm to come and do a session with our Sankofa children. So
you ain't got to twist it. I'm here.
I had just put you out there, try to get you in here real quick.
That's
We've
easy.
been talking about working together. So
that's nothing but a day, nothing but a word.
Yeah, we're gonna make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
You're muted, Gwen.
Well, if I can say, they're already, they might be thinking about it because they're already planning to present to you all their businesses, their business plans, their businesses. That's what we had talked about it in a class. We were studying Ibrahim Traore and what he was doing with Burkina Faso. And then we start talking about starting our own business. And so they're in the process of looking, they're processing that. So that, it would be good. We can talk about when they get the business thought together, and I've taught them how to do a poor man's copyright because I said we don't know who's on here, and we know all of you are sweet and blessed, and we love you all, but they're going to do a poor man's copyright. They're going to mail their ideas to themselves so that they can have that stamp because that's important, and so when we start coming with that, that would be a good time, Brother Carl, for you to, start latching on to people with, who have the idea of, to maybe help them to walk through. Others they're in that process. So it was supposed to be this time, but some people were still working on it. So it might be next presentation that they're going to the premises, and I told them Wednesday, I asked if anybody had a product yet, and they were telling me they were still working on it. So I don't want to rush them. I don't want to rush the process, but hopefully in September, one or two might be ready. And this is open not just to the kings and queens. They're the people who are presenting, but we open the second Sunday to everybody, all the young people. So it might not be just the kings and queens, but any of the students, and they would present and then see if they can get sponsorship from you all, or if you know somebody who could sponsor them to carry forth their product idea. So that's on the horizon for hopefully either September, October. I guess I'll be back from Egypt. Yeah. In September, October, but that's what they're already working on, a product. And I just want to say to Brother Charles, that was talking, one of the things that we, just about music real quick, talking about what we have presented, classical music came from us. It is not European. It is African. It comes from the Moors. The Moors brought the scale that helped produce the classical music, but it is from us. So just wanted to throw that out there. But just getting back to projects and what have you, that's what they're working on. So we're right in sync.
I love it.
Okay.
And I think I'll send it to Freddie. I got a resource that'll definitely help. I have a book called The 7-Day Business Plan. And what I actually did was I made a version for students just a couple of months ago. And I would love to just, bless the children with that if that would help them do that.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
My
That'll
pleasure.
be wonderful.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Great.
All right. Pharaohs.
Mr. Gray, I would like to answer this question. We are very passionate. One thing we're very passionate about is greeting people, because as melanated people, we don't really acknowledge or greet each other. And that's why we always emphasize and talk about the Zulu greetings.
I love it.
Excellent. I love it. Keep going.
and it helps with being comfortable um in being like I see you and being comfortable with being seen.
I love it. May I ask a follow-up question?
Yes.
So when someone is seen, how does that help them? What could that help them do? So do you feel seen often?
Yes.
Yes. So when you do feel seen, how does that help you?
It builds up my confidence so I can feel more helpful in doing things.
So something as simple as how you're greeted can change
Yes.
so much more, right?
Yes.
So my question to you then, again, I'm the business guy, right? How can you serve people to educate them more? Because the same way you educated us, right? About you came back on and you made it a point to make sure that we knew to greet. We didn't know why. You've explained why even better now, and I love that. So what's one thing you could do to have more people know about how to greet and the power of the greeting and the things that happen when somebody is greeted and they're seen by those who know them, who don't know them, but especially those within the community?
You can just spread the word and talk about it.
Edward, how would you do that in 2025?
I may go say Sawubona to one of my friends, and they would ask me, "Hey, what does that mean?" And then I would explain it, and then I would tell them, "Hey, you should use it," and they'll start using it, and then eventually more people will start to know about it.
I love it. I have a question for you. Can I ask another question?
Yes.
How good would it be if that was on a headband or on a shirt?
That would be amazing.
Exactly. Because you're greeting people just by them looking at you, empowering,
Yes.
them, right?
Yes.
And I would spread that in our culture, wouldn't it?
Yes.
And if you made those shirts, right? And you
Yes.
put them on people's backs, right?
Yes.
Would you deserve to get paid for it?
Yes.
You see? Wait, I want you to see how even your brother was like, yes. You see? Your smiles got bigger, right?
Yes.
And one of my monikers is there's no problem in our community that does not have an entrepreneurial solution, right? You just
Yes.
came up with an entrepreneurial solution that could be the catalyst for young brothers who walk around with their heads down, who are portrayed a certain way on television, in music, who are looked at a certain way by police, by teachers, by administrators, even by their neighbors, to be empowered to do more. And when thou art converted, strengthen your birth. I just wanted to encourage you in that. So the reason I ask that is because I always see that, again, you all are the now, not just the future, right?
Yes.
So I always like to just drop something in the child to say, hey, you got a business inside of you. And it's just the start, because it's really what's in your heart that's going to come out. So it starts off with t-shirts. Then you're on stage. Then you got a club. Then you got a school.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So that's just me. That's where I go. But I had to ask the question. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Mr. Carl. Thank
My
you.
pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, everybody. So let me make this real clear. So, pharaohs, write that down, mail it to yourself, and I don't want to see anything else from anybody else except the pharaohs. That's everybody on here. Understand? Because you will have to answer to me. Okay?
Look,
Everybody.
and
You
me.
don't want that. And Mr. Carl and Mr. Freddie. So
Right.
nobody, they're going to write that down, mail it to themselves. They work that out. That's their product, their idea. And they brought this over going on 2 years ago, but at least a year ago. So thank you, Mr. Carl. There it is, a presentation. Now, when their shirts come out, and their shirts can come out as soon as tomorrow,
Right.
then this community needs to buy them. All right? Okay, there you go. Thank you, Mr. Carl. You pulled out the product. We got the backing of the community. We're good to go. All right, run down about 20 to go.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good, Brother Carl. Appreciate that.
My pleasure.
And look, they jumped right into it, right? They was excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. All right, Queen AJ.
An issue that I see that I work on is the teen to elder communication. That was something that I mentioned at the teen summit when I went to the expo. Many of the problems when we're talking about in our Black communities, how we were so together, we had community. So it was you after school, you could go to grandma's house, you could get a snack. Then you take grandma's clothes, you take them to the laundromat. Then auntie picks up the clothes from the laundromat and then she takes them to her house. Then you get another snack when you go to see your cousins, and then you walk yourself home. And then your mama say, hey, what you did? Hey, I helped grandma, I helped auntie, I helped cousin. All right, come on now, help me cook dinner. Then you all walk down the block, take it to the homeless people at the end. When we talk about that, the back and forth that we had in our communities, the way we get that to work is the teens and the elders, because the elders have the wisdom and the teens have the power to move stuff, because we have the social media. We're the ones going out. We're the ones setting the trends and getting just the people to listen to us. Now, when it comes to the demographic of teens, the type of information, that we are spreading, I believe that there's a certain maturity that comes to speaking with elders. There's a certain level of respect that comes from the elders and the teens. But the way that I believe that I could change that is because, for one, I do talk to elders. The Sankofa Club is a space where I feel like I have my elders. I can talk to them. We can explain stuff to each other in a back and forth manner. I can get my ideas across and you guys listen. So that is a problem that I know I could fix.
I love it. I love it. So so look, yours is a lot easier than this. All you gotta do is tell Brother Freddie to hire you. Look, you start your company and then be like, hey, I want to be an ambassador. Give me my affiliate link. but I think even like, yes, the Sankofa Club is great. May I make a suggestion as well?
Yes.
That find a way to do what we call in marketing to gamify it, right? Because all the things that you said are great. And one thing that young people like is winning. They like points, everything. They play games all the time. And they like prizes. And if you can find a way to reward those things, like they report that they're doing these things, that they're having even the conversations, even, like I spent 10 minutes or 20 minutes talking to my grandmother, letting her tell me a story. And I took notes and I posted it somewhere, because I 1,000% agree that there needs to be a bridging of the gap between the generations, because the last thing we can afford is to lose the wisdom of those who went through things that we never would have expected. Or we can, some of you can't even imagine, like it's barely in a book somewhere. And that is a huge thing that needs to be solved. And that's why I love things like Sankofa Club, which help to pass down not just what history far gone, but even the stories, in our own lineages and bloodlines. So if you can find a way to begin to package those things and bring them in, like while people are coming to Sankofa Club, and of course, definitely promote that, because I love what you all are doing there. But as they're getting that mindset, also showing them how they can act on it. Is it a social media platform? Is it some type of community where they're just the young people are coming and saying, this is what I learned from my grandmother. This is what I learned from my auntie. And when they show up, they get something for it. And the more they do it, yes, they'll be getting, whatever prize that you have, but the appreciation is what's going to start happening even subconsciously. And it's going to spread like wildfire. You know, and I hear your voice. I hear the things that you say, and you're very wise. I don't know how old you are, but you're wise beyond your years. I know that much. And I really appreciate that about you, but keep going. And yes, that is something that other cultures have that we have started to walk away from, but we're not going to do it because we have young people like you. We have young people like the Pharaohs that are going to, going to make sure that we appreciate, not just appreciate, but we treasure the past. We treasure the knowledge and we treasure the wisdom of our ancestors, forefathers, and elders.
Go ahead, Queen AJ, get back in there.
A way. Okay, so yes, I like your idea. And a way that I'm doing this now is actually, so at the Black Women's Expo, when I told you, the Teen Summit, and we had a select slot of time to ask a question. Nobody stood up to ask the question, except for there was a 23-year-old that stood up, and that was it, other than me. But there was a girl who was sitting with her friend, and she was like, "I have a question. I just don't want to get up there and get it. Like, I don't know if they're gonna like what they're gonna say, if they're gonna listen." And I told her, like, "Get up there. These people not gonna bite." Like, ask the question. And she stood up there, and while we were standing there waiting to get the question asked, we talked, and she told me what my question was, because they addressed the concept of grief and Black children feeling as though, we don't have anybody that we can turn to. School counselors if it's not a Black school counselor, they're not going to understand how Black children and Black families work when it comes to handling grief. And we talked about that. And her question was, how you handle grief when neither your home or your school environment is, you feel as though neither your home or school environment is safe enough for you to ask a question. And, she asked the question to them. And then, they told her, okay, any other trusted adults that you can get a hold of. And when she sat down, she still expressed frustration with the answer, because she kind of felt like, okay, well, this is where I'm getting the same response that I'm getting with everybody else. They're just telling me to go find a trusted adult. But saying the same thing. Yeah. And what I mentioned to her is that it may be, sometimes it's just the type of adults who are teaching us things or who are there to listen, because it was the first set of adults when we got to ask the questions, the way that the teens responded to them were different. There were teens there, that were just on their phones or weren't really paying attention. But I did I could pluck a couple teens out of the crowd to get them to go up there and to ask the questions. And when we got more open up is when I set the tone into like a kind of like a teen tone, where I was talking about my connection with the elders. And they mentioned how when now grandmas are 40 and 30 years old. So the way in the Black community that it works now is the elders are barely into their elderhood because everything is going on so fast. And so I mentioned that we have to find the older elders. They asked us the question. They said, what do teenagers consider elders now? And I said like 35, 40. And they were like, what? How? But okay, and I see your face. And let me explain. The way for teenagers now, it's partly because of social media.
Everybody old.
It's partly because of social media and how things, are portrayed. It's partly because of the connection that we lost with the people who are becoming our elders. So now when nobody is talking to us about anything, you guys
35 to 40 years old.
Yep, nobody else is explaining anything. So we're looking at them, we're like, yeah, these are the old people. And then we're not listening to the 50 plus people, and they're trying to figure out why is that? Well, it's because everybody just kind of clocked out. So now we have this, like I said, 35 to 40 range where we're like, yeah, those are the old people. These are the people we're going to listen to. But like I said earlier, those people haven't necessarily grown into their elderhood. So something that, like I said, I think I can do is to get, like I said, I got that one girl to go up there. And it's something that I know is going to take me a while, because the way that teenagers are programmed nowadays, we not only do we not listen to the elders, we only listen to each other when it comes to what's considered not lame or cringe or anything like that. But like I said, I can find that certain different graphic teams and just build up something from there.
Excellent. I mean, I'm not getting over the fact you just called me an elder, but that's cool. But
Maybe
no,
a
no, but
pod.
I no, I definitely, I no, but I do get it, and I guess my generation has to take some responsibility for that as well, and I apologize, that we didn't model the amount of respect for those because we grew up with it, but for some reason we decided to abandon it. Um, as a whole, I mean, there are pockets of us who do, but as a whole, we haven't done the way that we should have, and so we didn't model it. So you do look at us as the pinnacle, the elder, when we still learning. I'm 43, and let me tell you, okay, I'm learning a lot. I really appreciate that feedback, as well. And like you said, part of it is social media, so we got to use the social media to take it back, to redefine, to make it be known that age is not something to look down upon, or it's not a disconnect, it's a reconnect. So, but yeah, thank you.
I love that. I love that. Go ahead,
Excuse me.
Sister Gwen.
So uh, maybe like a podcast. I don't know if there's an age range because I know TikTok you have to be 18 to do a live. I Facebook I'm not sure the age if you could do a live, but that might be something to think about. Uh, Queen AJ Teen Summit or whatever you want to name it. But think about using maybe Facebook, maybe not TikTok, because when I just did a TikTok live and they said take a picture and to prove that you're the age you said you were. I was hoping they would say, no, you're not, But anyway, so yeah, Facebook Live might be a way to do, to get out there. But I was going to say that, but the other, reality. Let's get to reality. A lot of people had babies young, so Queen AJ, you are so right. A lot of people have not moved into their eldership. They're too busy trying to still be teenagers at 35, 40, 45, sometimes 50, sometimes even 60. And there is this whole thing about the wisdom of the ages, the wisdom that one brings, the wisdom and knowledge. A lot of times when I'm teaching you all, I'm telling you about my personal experience with the civil rights, not, what I read, what I lived through, my lived experience. And you can't get that with somebody 35 or 40. You can get there maybe more recent history, yes, but when you're talking about back there, I was just blessed with my father. He was 60 years, turned 60 years old after I was born. So he went way back and he was part of Marcus Garvey movement. Now, when he was telling me about Marcus Garvey movement, did I sit and say, oh, wow, daddy, that's great? No. But but I'm so glad that he continued to talk because that stayed in my mind. So when I am now teaching children, I can tell the children about my father, who was part of the Marcus Garvey movement and what that meant to him and how that lifted him. So, yeah, and one of the things that is happening with the Sankofa Club / Nation is the intergenerational experience. Uh, because I'm not a little, I'm a distance from the young people, and yet they listen to me and I listen to them. I learn from them, they learn from me. And I think that is, I'm so glad, Queen AJ, because I'm glad that's a positive experience. But the other piece of it is that the town hall started out as a quote unquote town hall, but it was for the mental health of our children. And so they also, before the kings and queens present, my question is always, are you all right? Anybody have any issues, any problems, anything that we need to just, see if we can work through or talk through. So that's important too. So I do agree. It depends on the person, because not every, I know that is one of the reasons I did not want to be a counselor in the school, because they're more about testing and not about helping young people and children solve the issues and the problems that they are faced with. Now, I'm not saying all counselors, I mean, they try to do their best, but especially our folks, and then everybody that is our shade isn't kinfolk, because people have different levels of thinking too. So unfortunately, sometimes the school is not the place. They deal more with the academic and the behavioral, whereas they are now incorporating, as Mother Sharon was saying about her school, grief counselors. Because I know in Philadelphia, there are a lot of children. When I walked into the room, it just broke my heart to see all the children who have experienced gun violence in some way or the other. One of my clients had a brother died in his arms. He wasn't even 13. He wasn't even 12. It happened when he was 11. So there are lots of issues. So that's the other piece that the Sankofa Club does offer in the town hall, is a time to come together and say, well, so far everybody's been saying all's good, but there during the 2020, people were expressing how they were feeling about certain things. And we kept numbers, I'll just say numbers, so that beside us, so that if anybody was in real stress, we would be able to tell them, the number to call, and write that information down. So yeah, that might be a podcast. So write that down, and nobody take her her idea. So okay, I'm through.
I love
Could
it.
I just, excuse me,
Go for it, brother.
Freddie?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm driving right now, but listen, the name of this is the Sankofa Club. And as we know about Sankofa as a word, return to the past so you can understand the present. And by understanding both of them, you will be able to course an intelligent path toward the future. We are a safe space. Well, I say we because I'm part of you all, but you all have created a safe space, not only for the adults, but you have combined it with the youth, I'll say, okay? Which is intergenerational, which is something that we very, very much need. We needed it when when I was young. I just talk for myself. And when I was young, we talking 50, we talking 60 years ago. But anyway, remember the phrase, it takes a village. And in some sense, we are all children. However, as we go through the decades, we become less and less of a child, more and more experiential. And who can tell that story of the 70s, 80s, 90s, 50s, or 60s better than one who experienced it firsthand? There are historians out here who are very fluent and can tell it very well. But when you get a personal story about, as was said, excuse me, about the civil rights era, about being with the Panthers, being with whomever from that 60s and 70s, or even 50s, hanging out, I'll use the word that I so dislike, the phrase, but hanging out on the corner and doing doo-wop, a cappella singing, when we talk about music. So who else could tell that story better than one who lived it? That's all I wanted to say. Remember that. Perhaps we can do something further on it. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. I love that. Queen AJ, you got your hand up. Come on back in.
Hey, Mama AJ here.
Mama AJ,
So,
all right.
yeah. One of the key things that she is speaking on is the matter of the elders taking the time out to speak with the children, but also to listen. At the expo, literally on stage, there were adults who were still putting the work of what needed to be done on the youth. When you asked her what was a problem that they needed solved in the community. So when she expressed that, hey, the young and the old need to get together, this, that, and the other, they immediately said, well, what are you doing as the youth? I get it. That's important to mention. But she's a youth that's already doing that. We still have contact. I don't play about talking to great grandma, all those things. We do that. But overall, as a community, I forgot the pastor's name, but the pastor brought up the matter of adults actually taking the time to listen, or the younger grandmother spending the time in the club rather than taking that grandchild for the weekend and not telling this generation of Mr. Carl said, them ain't my kids. I raised my kids, them y'all kids, y'all raised them. So we are dealing with that. Excuse me, sir. We are dealing with that on top of, I think when we were in the past talking about how we were brought up where a child is seen but not heard, I think that also damaged that youth and elder communication in a way, because now there's not as much time for both. Back in the day, we had more time where, all right, this is adult time, go on about your business. But there were still those meetings in the kitchen, cooking with grandma or going fishing with grandpa or great grandpa. Now we're not doing that. So we got to find somewhere to bridge the gap in.
Yeah, I love that. And I definitely think, I love these. I love the second Sundays, right? Because we get an opportunity to have the children educate the adults, right? And we get to have that cross-generational conversation. And that's what we're doing right here today. And definitely trying to not only hear the young people, but learn from them, right? And I think we got a good dose of that today. Yeah, Carl, I guess you're an elder now, no, but that's why we got to keep bringing back these conversations so that our young people can see that our elders are, and even our super seniors, right? That's what I call Dad. 95. I think we need another classification, because he call you 70-year-olds, 75-year-olds. Y'all the young folk. He'd be like, the young folk. So it's all relative, right? But seeing and engaging with the elders is always good for our community. I tell you what, I'm excited, Brother Carl, to bring you to the Sankofa Club and start working with our young people. So someone is asking, Gwen, do you live in Philly? And if so, I'm across the bridge from you. How can we connect? That's on YouTube. So what I would say, sister, is email Tamiko. Let me drop Tamiko's email. Tamiko at urbanintellectuals.com. Email Tamiko, and then she can follow up. You can email her your information. Then if Gwen has capacity, she can reach out to you from there. Gwen, I try to protect your info, and I realize I just always give out Tamiko's. Like, it's just, I don't even think about it. Like, first thing I do is like mention Tamiko.
Right, and I am in Philly, and that would be the best way. So she can get it to me, and then yes, that'll be the best way. So yes, but I am in Philadelphia.
Perfect. All right, we got some. Hey, Dr. Lakia, appreciate you joining us. But yeah, no, it's been a great discussion here today. I want to thank everybody for coming out. I definitely want to thank our pharaohs and our queens, right? Queen Kaya and Queen AJ. and the Pharaohs and Mama Pharaoh and Mama Queen as well. Queen Mama, there we go. We're gonna get that right. Then Sister Gwen and Brother Carl and everybody for participating. We definitely had a wonderful discussion here today. I want to say next week we're going to talk about the cost of assimilation and losing ourselves. Are we losing ourselves? So just something to start thinking about as we start to build up. But there's a lot going on. I've been having this conversation lately about raising your children in this colorblind awareness, right? Are we doing more damage than good? I'm gonna have to sit on my yeah. You got so much to say. We get a pre-recorded message, brother. That'll be good. Sister Yvonne, you got something for me? What is that? I'm just gonna go ahead and start wrapping us up. But I enjoyed the conversation today. I love this cross-generational discussion that we get to have once a month. So if you're new to Sunday Dinner, once a month, second Sundays, we are blessed to have the youth come and educate the elders, and then we get some engagement with them back. So it's always wonderful. And I just appreciate all the young people for all the work that you do, right? Because it's not like this is a class. It's not like this is outside of your regular curriculum. And, y'all every month are putting together this information, and y'all don't like skimp, right? Like you're doing like real research and bringing real conversation to us. So we definitely I just want to appreciate your efforts, right? Like I think about me when I was your age, right? When I was 11 and 13 and 9 and 16, right? I'm like, I don't know if I had it in me, right? But I wish I would have, right? I wish I would have been leaning in like you guys are. And I love how Brother Carl was asking those questions of you, right? Because when you think about history, here's something for y'all to think about. When you think about history and you think about all the movements that we revel at today, or all of the creations that we revel at today, these were young people, right? I'm 49, right? These were not 49-year-olds creating these things. These were 18-year-olds. These were 20-year-olds. These were young people. You think about Dr. King, he passed at 38, but he had already had 10, 15 years of impact on the world, right? Not just, and believe it or not, 38 is young, y'all. I understand. You don't really get that, but 38 is pretty young, especially to be gone. And I think about Dr. King a lot because I'm here at home, and he and Dad were born the same year, right? Like Dr. King would be 95 if he hadn't passed. So just imagine the impact that he could have had. But I just want to encourage y'all that you see a problem and you got a solution, go for it, right? And you're in the right circles where people around y'all, your parents have made sure that people around you will support you in your ideas. Hopefully you feel supported. Hopefully you feel seen, right? Sawabona, right? Did I get that right? Y'all got to work on me, all right? Hopefully you feel seen, you feel heard. But I think the wise and savvy adults understand that the solutions and the effort come from the youth, right? Those are the ones that are really taking the risk and taking the chances. A lot of us, I'm just gonna say it, like to protect our positions in white supremacy. We don't necessarily want to rip down the system. We want it to treat us a little bit better, but we don't want to ruffle the system so much that we lose our crumbs. That's why it takes the younger generation to come and shake everything up for the betterment of our future. So that is y'all. You are the youth, right? Fred Hampton was 21, when they were starting the Panthers, right? Like that is it's unbelievable the things that can get done. And Queen AJ, I applaud your confidence, your energy, and your excitement for all of these things, to move into a space, to go into an expo for your first time at 16 years old, asking questions and encouraging your peers to get involved, and then going up on stage, right? Like that takes a lot. And I'm glad that you felt seen, sister. You felt safe. And you just know that as you do that more and more, it's only going to be more and more opportunities for you like that. And then eventually you're just going to feel safe in the world because you're going to change it for the better. So I love that. I'm fired up over today, y'all. I'm trying to get out of here, right? I'm trying to keep it short, but I love this space. I love these conversations. I love these young people, and I love the work that Sister Gwen and Brother Damon and Sister Tamiko are doing with them and the parents, right? I can never leave the parents out of all of this work. But look, if y'all are looking to engage us and join into the Sankofa Club with your young people, please do that. You'll be welcome with open arms. Every week, I am just floored by the respect that they show to one another and the elders around them. It's just a beautiful thing, man. And this is something that we just need to spread amongst our families in general, right? That we definitely can all use a little bit more respect and support and encouragement of one another, because that's how we flourish, right? And I'll leave you with a thought that has just been on my mind the last couple of months. Never miss an opportunity to smile at a child, right? So to my elders out there, you just don't know what they are going through and what they are facing. And a smile costs you nothing. And you might be the first person that smiled at that child all week. So just never miss an opportunity. Like, I want you to remember that. Never miss an opportunity to smile at a child. And definitely, if you can support them, definitely go for it. But at least give them a smile and some encouragement, no matter how young or old they are, right? I would just say smile at everyone, but a lot of us are cynical in our seasoning, right? But this has been a great discussion. Hopefully y'all will join us next week. My only ask is you bring a friend, right? Bring somebody else back to the table. Grandma has been missing you all. Gwen, you got something for us?
I think Sister Yvonne has her hand up. Do you see?
Oh, there's a hand up? Oh, I missed that. Oh, Yvonne, how you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you so much, Dr. Gwen. I'm not going to take you off your schedule. I'm excited that you were adamant about sticking to it. But I was just wondering, can you see the Zoom comments easily?
Yes.
Okay, I made a comment to something that Queen AJ said, and I'm just wondering, would you read that, please? That's all I wanted.
Oh, okay. I missed that. I'm sorry.
No apologies.
I got you. So you said, Queen AJ, I can relate my 27, that one, the 27-year-old grandson. All right. So she said, I can relate. My 27-year-old grandson told me that I was too old to use emojis. Hell, I bought him his first mouse when he was almost 3 years old, and still can build an own box.
A box. Build a box. That's what we call the PC.
Can build a box and know the front and back workings of it. That would baffle him. I'm 69 years young. Our youngin for you, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that S/W is shorthand for software.
Software. Okay, look at you. Okay, all right. So she's still in it now. Yeah, and as my dad would say, oh, young woman. There you go. I love that.
Thanks, Dr. Gwen. Thanks, Freddie. Love y'all.
Yeah, thank you, sister. We appreciate you.
Love you.
I love that. Yeah, you we gotta remind these folks we still got a lot of life left now. Don't be rushing us up out of here too soon now. They loving you in the comments on YouTube as well. But yeah, all right. I appreciate everybody for being here today. Definitely had a great discussion. I appreciate our young people for hanging around, right? Definitely right. Let's give them a round of applause. That's what we do inside the Sankofa Club. But it's definitely a wonderful discussion. Our future is bright, y'all. Our now is bright with our young leaders, right? Not our future leaders. When Sister Gwen got me together, Gwen, I meant to tell you on YouTube, they were like, Oh, I was going to say something. I'm glad Gwen said something, right? So, yeah, not our future leaders. Our leaders are doing their work now. So we definitely want to continue to support and engage them. Again, that's every second Sunday here at Sunday Dinner. The youth get to lead the table and the discussion. So you are always welcome. Grandma's been looking for y'all, and we're definitely going to have more great conversation coming up. I think I talked about assimilation next week. That's what we're going to talk about, the cost of assimilation. So bring your conversation, bring your questions, and let's have a good one. So until next time, good people, I appreciate y'all. Love, peace, and power to the people. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Some blessings.
Good night.
Thank you.
Hotep.
Class, those children, Wednesday, the following Thursday, children and adults. All right. Bye-bye.
We love us, equipped with knowledge. Urban intellectuals. Open your eyes. Urban intellectuals, yeah. In a world that's unjust, I'm screaming, we love us. Equipped with knowledge, we are dangerous. In a world that's unjust, I'm screaming, we love us. Equipped with knowledge, we are dangerous. Yo, you got the power in the palm of your hands. I mean, literally, 52 flashcards, all about black history. They focus on success and less about misery. Information is the missing piece. Are you familiar with Black Wall Street or the Haitian Revolution? How about Angela Davis or Huey Newton? Mark Dean helped create IBM. Richard Wright was a poet. Have you ever heard of him? Get familiar with your culture. Women like Evelyn Granville probably paid away for Oprah. We're trying to be fly like Miss Bessie Coleman or like James Baldwin. I could be a spokesman. Man, the power of the black fist. What you know about the 68 Olympics? Dick Gregory, yeah, he kept it realer than most. Dr. King was instilling the hope. Let's keep it going.
Open your eyes.
Peace and blessings, everybody.